Cyclops and his New York-based band of mutants are going head-to-head with MODOK and the Agents of AIM. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of X-Men issue number 8 and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the book, MODOK is on board a cruise liner using it as one giant petri dish for his evil super science experiments. As the mental organism designed only for killing explains, cruise ships are an excellent place to test out evil science because people are so quick to pass things back and forth to each other. And oh man, isn't that the sad truth? Can you believe 2 years ago I always wanted to go on a nice relaxing cruise? Now I don't think I ever will, knowing what we know now about them. And that's even before we get into the horrors of maritime law, but that's a whole other subject. Basically what MODOK has done now is activated everyone on the ship's amygdalas. Essentially it's the part of your brain that controls your flight or fight response. Most people are choosing to fight, killing their fellow man aboard the ship, and other people are jumping into the water, also to their death. The X-Men get called on in to deal with the problem. Cyclops has his full team this time, and they are ready to split up. Half are going to go to the sky to deal with where they believe MODOK has set up shop in a cloaked craft, while the others, led by Captain Krakoa, will go aboard the ship, try and defeat MODOK and save as many lives as they possibly can. And yes, I said Captain Krakoa. Cyclops continues to have to pull double duty. Here's the surprising thing though, this issue actually isn't about Scott dealing with having to be Captain Krakoa at all. Instead, this issue is once again all about the strange relationship between Synch and Laura Wolverine. You'll remember that Synch and Laura had spent hundreds of years together inside the vault, had become lovers, only for Laura to lose that information when she was reborn. It's been absolutely tearing Synch apart to be so close to a woman he shared so much with, but to know that she doesn't remember him or their love. Luckily though, they do actually end up making some very healthy growth this issue. Laura says that she doesn't regularly let people in, but that Synch must have been a pretty damn good guy to break down all her walls in just, what was it? Oh, only 100 years? That's a new record. Duggan also does a little light retconning to the original Hickman story by saying that Synch always had a little bit of a crush on Laura, which is why he asked to be part of the Vault mission to begin with. And yeah, I guess that's a lot better than just, oh yeah, these people who had literally no one else ended up falling madly in love. No, there was an attraction, a connection beforehand, we promise. Now, when the good guys finally corner MODOK, you think he's going to go on a big villainous monologue explaining why he's doing all of this, what his grandmaster plan is, but in reality, he doesn't have one. He just did it because he thought it would be fun to screw with a cruise ship for the sake of evil science and hey, get to eat some buffet food at the same time. Laura also briefly bats around the idea about whether or not it's okay to kill someone like MODOK. I mean, hey, does he technically fall under the Krakoa law of murder no man? Is he really human? MODOK proves to be more than a challenge for the X-Men team, his psi shields actually making it so people like Jean Grey and Synch can't get inside his head, though admittedly they do get inside his head. After he threatens to go after the treehouse in New York City, Cyclops, as Captain Krakoa, figures this is as good a time as any to set up a mutually assured destruction protocol. You see, by looking into MODOK's mind, he sees that he actually has a family. Oh hey, yeah, the family that they were pushing there for a little bit because of the Patton Oswalt show. Big ups to Duggan for not fully deleting these characters and just having MODOK go back to the same one-dimensional villain he's always been. No, actually, Cyclops knows where he lives now too, and essentially makes a deal with the villain saying if he don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. And with that, the day is saved, but hey, we're not done yet because we still have some old business to attend to. First, that brand new Captain Krakoa suit. As it turns out, it was the brainchild of Forge. Turns out the Council is actually using the armor in a way that he never really intended. He wanted the suit to collect data from the field from the more combat-focused mutants so he could build a better protective shield for the next generation of pacifist mutants who may not be able to protect themselves, but who Forge still wants to protect. It's a very nice thought, actually, but one that it seems the Quiet Council is slowly perverting. Scott and Synch also have themselves a little heart-to-heart too. Synch talks about leaving the team, saying that his heart can't take being around Laura the way he is, and that it's unfair to her equally so. Synch has also been questioning his morality and the actions of Krakoa too, as we learn that he was actually the one who had a major hand in making journalist Ben Urich forget about the mutant resurrection protocols and the story that he had planned to write. Here's the real salt in the wound though. Synch took his notebook and we learned that Urich wasn't actually terrified by the mutants defeating death at all. Quite the opposite. He was ready to frame it as a good thing. But the Krakoan higher-ups are so paranoid and afraid of their own shadows right now, they leap leaped before they actually looked, and it cost them in the end. As the comic comes to an end, Cyclops says that he refuses Sync's resignation, saying that for the future he's going to need more good guys with good hearts and minds by his side moving forward. And so that was X-Men issue number 8, everybody, and once again I thought this was a solid little one and done issue. MODOK made for a fun and interesting foil who was able to keep the entire X-Men team busy. I love Duggan building on the Sync and Laura storyline from the main X-Men book in a big way, but more than anything I really love what this book is doing with Cyclops. It's putting him in a rough position as Captain Krakoa, but also in a situation where he ends up questioning all the actions of the Quiet Council. This resolution with the Urich storyline that's been probably one of the strongest threads in this book since issue 1, I have to say, had a really satisfying conclusion to it. The main takeaway is, how are the mutants supposed to have a better nation and be better people when they're afraid to trust humanity? Historically, it certainly makes a lot of sense, but if they don't start trusting their friends like Urich, and soon they're going to end up paying the price in the long run. Overall, I'd give this one a very strong 8 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.